Hi guys, Sandra Rierson here, Doctor of Audiology and owner of Adaptive Audiology Solutions. So often I get asked by patients, do I really need to wear my hearing aids all the time? The answer is yes, you do. You do need to wear your hearing aids all the time, and let me tell you why. Wearing your hearing aids all the time ensures that your brain hears consistently the same all the time. Imagine, for example, if you were to blindfold yourself and you were blindfolded for 4 to 6 hours. Then you take that blindfold off and walk right into a restaurant. Just imagine how overwhelming that would feel. Imagine how overwhelmed you'd be by all the stimuli in your environment, and think about how you would have a hard time probably focusing just on what the person in front of you was doing when you were seeing everything around you, and just being overwhelmed by all of that. That's essentially what you're doing when when you're not wearing your hearing aids all day. You're wearing your hearing aids only when you go out socially and you're overwhelmed by all the sound, and you're not able to, your brain's not able to focus on the auditory stimulus that you want it to, because it's inundated with way more than it's accustomed to. Just wearing your hearing aids all day and your brain hearing that tick of the clock or the TV in the background or whatever it might be, the car is on the street outside your house, that allows your brain to just process sound in a better way, more consistent way. It gives your brain more information, which is good for your brain. Okay, I often tell patients, you gotta walk before you can run. If you want to hear in a challenging environment like a restaurant, you have to hear consistently well at home and in quiet. And if you're not doing that, then you're not going to get the kind of outcomes you want in noise. So if you're not hearing well in noise with your current hearing aids, first make sure they're fit correctly using real ear measurement with your provider. Have your provider run real ear measurement on your hearing aids to make sure they're fit correctly. Then secondly, wear your hearing aids all day. Then third, if you're still not hearing well when you go into a noisy situation and you have a good technology that you're sure should be good enough for you to hear well in noise, and your provider thinks so as well, then you need to consider doing some hearing training exercises. We have some good hearing training exercises we can tell you about here at Adaptive Audiology Solutions. I have some videos on that as well. But one thing would be just to practice listening to talk radio. Make sure you are getting enough speech input. So often patients aren't getting enough speech input. It's not just wearing the hearing aids, but hearing some speech. So talk radio is a really good one. Experts feel it's better than TV. So talk radio is really good. Then if you get good at hearing the talk radio and you feel like, yeah, I'm able to follow that along just fine, then put some noise in the background, like in the room next door, put on the TV. It's just loud enough so you can hear it with the talk radio going, and see if you can still pay attention to and listen to and hear the talk radio well, and then kind of increase that background noise and just challenge yourself a bit that way. If you have a partner that you can work with at home, have them read out loud from a text with background noise and see if you can follow what they're saying with that background noise. Sometimes you got to start out with them doing that in quiet before you can get to the background noise. So those are just some great tools to help you. Even just reading out loud to yourself is considered speech input. So if you live alone and you don't like talk radio as much, you could do some reading out loud, or listening to a book on tape. Books on tape are fantastic for speech processing, for hearing. And then once you get really good at that book on tape, put a little noise behind it. So those are some tips, but the idea is you need to wear your hearing aids consistently if you want to hear well consistently. Okay, you got to walk before you run. You got to train your brain to hear well in quiet so you can hear well in noise. That's all I have for you today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you next time.